what we explained to them was, it is important to have cultural relationship, but we must fuse business into it. And that was very timely with the help of the High Commission, the High Commissioner and the Deputy High Commissioner, when they contacted us 8 months ago through a linkage with GAIPA, with APEX. We started working on it to give it a shape and life and make it to exist today. The initial idea on the expert lenses between GAIPA and APEX today set a new stage of interaction, creating a platform that will be addressing bottlenecks between the two countries in a more simplified but coordinated way. I must salute our collective effort by the Gambian Embassy in Dakar, our counterpart APEX. But profoundly, I must thank GAIPA staff for their tireless efforts in putting up a draft concept note, MOU, programming and communications. This has enabled effective direction, mapping possible course of actions on our bilateral arrangement between APEX and GAIPA. This forum is a testament of competence and solidarity, and I must thank my counterpart for also using his staff to tirelessly work on the ground and sponsoring the investment forum with their partners. Distinguished Your Excellencies, Cabinet Ministers and respective government actors, we need simplicity between the two countries in all facets of economic and social development. This is our strength, and this will be our greatest achievement should we have the complex systems simplify and amplify in our daily engagements. At the political front, there is no issue, and this has manifested itself in many ways and in times. When we look at the theme of the event was coined, which is improving Senegambian brotherhood, moving from formality to simplicity. That is, how do we reduce bureaucracy in terms of business relationship between the Gambia and Senegal. At ECOWAS level, we always say if Gambia and Senegal cannot trade simply, it's not going to happen in ECOWAS because we have more in common. So my mind went straight on the existence of barriers in trade, investment, custom, transport, and logistics that we receive complaints on a daily basis by investors and businesses. Each of these barriers has serious implications to economic and the various productive sectors. It depends on us to improve our economic and social transformation. GAIPA and APEX as IPS has many-related investment problems, on this whether reported or not. Over the past months and weeks, we have carefully vetted a new transformative strategy that is responsive, simple, and readily available to improve our priority sectors in creating more jobs and provide returns to people, society, and government. This forum is a testimony. Distinguished Excellencies, invited guests, and the media, there is no formula in development that fits all. All the major countries of the world are struggling with head-on challenges. We must therefore find the right formula that will anchor our growth and development as two countries, but one people and one destination. Looking at our comparative advantages, there is nothing that should stop a Senegalese company to have a license to operate in the Gambia, and the same for a Gambian company in Senegal. If the Gambia is a net importer, Senegal must be a net exporter to the Gambia, and the vice versa, before considering other parts of the world. This is the progressive way to integration, which will further grow to the widely yearned for ECOWAS integration and by extension the African continent. The invited businesses here are the engines of the private sector, which is central to government operations and return. Their operations between these two countries must be simplified, enabled, and supported to creating the required environment for growth and development. The Gambia, also through the government, has also identified priority sectors in the area of tourism, manufacturing, agriculture, and agricultural agro-processing. We also look at the economic zones that the Gambia wants to work on, whereby we had a study tour, a visit to APEX before, to learn also and share experience and knowledge with APEX in terms of economic zones. But what we also want to see is, if you look at the two Koreas, North Korea and South Korea, Despite all the hostilities and the problem they have, there is an economic zone that they share. And what we want to see is, why don't we, Gambia and Senegal, with all that, the bonds, the bloods, and everything that we share, we should be able to operate an economic zone at the border of these two countries. And my brother, we are really thinking of the southern part of Senegal, where we can have an economic zone that will reduce the bottlenecks that we have in terms of producing and moving goods. Now, I also want to remind particularly the businesses that are here that the Gambia also offers protection for investments. These protections are enshrined in the constitution of the country as well as the GAIPA Act, where investors are protected from government interference or government trying to do anything otherwise with their business, as long as they follow the rules and laws of the country. Now, looking at the Gambia also, we look at in terms of ECOWAS. The Gambia is a member of ECOWAS as well as Senegal. And recently, we serve in the ECOWAS Trade Promotion Organization. Senegal, my counterpart at ASIPEX, happens to be the president, and the Gambia happens to be the vice president. And as we speak, the two of us are trying to see how best we integrate ECOWAS to ensure that trade among ECOWAS countries also flourishes. So on that note, our representation here today should reflect these directions, hence the purpose of this forum. And I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.